Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. It is Friday, June 11th, 2021, and I am in San Francisco at the San Francisco Bay, and you will probably hear an airplane or two that will fly over me as the San Francisco airport's right near me, and so I'll have to talk a little bit loud at times because there's a plane right now that is coming in. So, interestingly, right behind me, let me see if I can find it, which would be right about there. Oops, there. That is downtown San Francisco, and you'll be able to see the Bay Bridge that connects San Francisco with Oakland behind me. The famous Golden Gate Bridge is just north on the other side of the San Francisco city, along with the former Alcatraz, and you can see it from the Fisherman's Wharf. And I've been to the Fisherman's Wharf a couple of times and crossed the Golden Gate Bridge several times. So it was interesting. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a YouTube live today or not. Hello to Tina from College Station, Texas. But I went out for a walk because when I tried to work out at the gym that's at my hotel, there were a couple of women that were there that when I walked in that asked me if I had already pre-registered for it, and I was like, what? I'm like, I'm just gonna come in and use the treadmill and leave you guys alone. And they're like, well, you have to register for this ahead of time. This is basically our gym now for the next hour. And I was like, really? I'm like, I've not been to any hotels that have done that yet. I've done it to where they have swimming pools where you have to register, but not the actual gym. So what do? Do you complain about it? Do you rant and rage? Do you strive? No, you don't. You make a means otherwise. So I was able to work out with some lighter weights that that I have with me in my car and do more reps with them. And then I went outside for a walk. And this place I'm at, I got to, within 15 minutes. And it was interesting because at first I didn't think I was going to be able to walk near this body of water, which is the San Francisco Bay. But I was able to find an opening where I could come into it, and I see a lot of runners and joggers that are out here. But what was interesting to me was right up here against the walking path. In fact, I'll flip this around. Let me flip it around. There we go. See, right there's a runner in orange. Right there, running. So this goes along. And I noticed they had these rocks that were out here and a bunch of dirty looking water, muddy looking water. But then beyond it, you see clear water. And there's another bridge that crosses from San Mateo over to, south of Oakland. Oakland is right there. Right there. Oakland, and then right there's the Bay Bridge, and there's San Francisco. See, I guess it was called the Trans-America Building. I'm not sure if it still is, but it's the tall, pointy thing there. And what was interesting to me was these rocks and all this murkiness. And I really sensed the Lord was saying to me that most Christians, quote unquote Christians, most people that attend church, this is their life. This is how they behave. Is with a lot of junk that they walk in every day, and it's really hard. They slip, they fall, they cuss, they get angry, they get mad. They are resentful, bitterful, angry, jealous, sexually impure, a lot of junk. And that's the state of most of the people in the church. And people could be prophetic, could have gifts, they could pray in the tongues, but they oftentimes treat their spouse in a not good way, and their children, and their co-workers. And the reason why is because they've not been healed, they've not been delivered. So this is the state of most of the people in the church, and in fact a lot of the pastors and pastors' wives as well, and worship leaders, people that would call themselves a prophet, call themselves various titles and so forth. But then beyond it, you have this clear water that is pure. And then that symbolizes those who have pursued getting inner healed and delivered. You know, they walk in the fruit of the Spirit. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control. And so that's the difference between those who have pursued inner healing and deliverance and those that have not. And it's a stark contrast. And again, those who have not been healed and delivered are going to strive with you, going to accuse you, going to argue. You know, yesterday it was really neat, able to go have lunch with my good friend Carol Yates. She's 81 years young in Ojai, California. It's just a pleasure being around her because she doesn't strive, doesn't argue, doesn't say negative words. She's very positive and uplifting, and she's gone through a lot of stuff, but she's gone through inner healing and deliverance, and it's a joy to be around people that are like that. You know, people that are not healed and delivered are like this, where they're rough, and you could get cut by them, by the words that they speak. You could fall down in the murkiness of the junk that comes out of them. And it's so critical and important now before Christ comes back, and or who knows, you may die today or tomorrow. And if you still have anger and bitterness in your heart for those who have done you wrong and you've not forgiven, then you're going to look a lot like these rocks. You're going to be rough around the edges. You know, look at some of this junk that's here by my feet. So I know the message is getting out. There's an airplane. When you get delivered, you can launch, you can take off, you can travel the country and be blessed. But the message is getting out. Had a couple from Italy yesterday that had reached out and won a session. So it's amazing as more and more people are pursuing healing and deliverance. They're recognizing why them or their loved ones cannot behave like a Christian, cannot be truly loving and joyful and peaceful and kind and gentle. Look at the bird out there. See, the bird does not want to walk in the murkiness and the junk and the mud. The bird is out there where there's clean water, or at least cleaner, being the San Francisco Bay. And the bird's looking for fish because it knows that it's going to get life, going to get food in the fresh water, in the clean and pure water, and not this murky junk, muddy stuff. The same with us. It's when we're healed and we're delivered, we're going to be able to flourish. So it's obviously critical that we all pursue being healed and delivered from all the wounds from the past so we can have fun, we can have joy. You know, yesterday, took my dog Lily for a walk on the beach and she loved it. I was able to even unchain her. Couldn't believe it. Everybody had their dogs unchained. They were running around, having fun. When you get your chains broken freed from, you can truly have fun and enjoyment in your life. And that's what Lily did. She had so much fun, the most fun I've ever seen in her young life. And when she was discovered, the owner of the dog said that they found her in a cemetery, and she was bony and malnourished and was running in and out of traffic and scared and fearful, and brought her back to life by feeding her. And now she's traveling America and having fun because she's been healed from her past wounds and delivered. She doesn't have fear anymore. She can run outside, run out with the other dogs. So anyway, simple message, but it needs to be talked about and told. There's too many people in the church that do not talk about inner healing and deliverance. And it's all needed to become a real Christian, to have the fruit of the Spirit and not the fruit of the flesh, and to have good hearts, pure hearts, and not all yucky stuff that's inside of here. So, tomorrow at 1 o'clock, I will be in Bernie, California, doing ministry for my good friend Anna Denny, along with the prophet Dennis Rainier. We will be alternating sessions tomorrow, starting at 1 o'clock, and then on Sunday, 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. So if you are in the Northern California or Oregon or wherever, Nevada, there's some people coming, I guess, from Reno, Nevada this weekend. Well, come on out and get your life changed and have real breakthrough, healing, and deliverance so that you can enjoy your life and fly. Wouldn't it be nice to fly everywhere and no longer be stuck in this muck? You don't want to be like most Christians that are complainers, that are angry, that speak negative. You know, it wasn't easy walking across those rocks as well, because I could have slipped and fallen and gotten hurt. So there's a lot of people aren't healed yet. And when you're around them in their presence, you feel like this, like yuck and muck. Again, look at the bird. You want to be the bird. You want to be healed and delivered so that you can be in the pure water. Alrighty. Well, I will let you go and I will get on with my travels. It's been a wonderful drive from San Diego to Beverly Hills and Hollywood to Ventura and Ojai. And then even yesterday, I got detoured because there was some traffic on the normal way of getting here. And so it took me in a way. It's just beautiful, beautiful mountains. So amazing. So, all right. I will see you guys tomorrow and have a great rest of your day. See ya. Bye-bye.